You want to ask me something? Mr. Dragonfly is thinking this is a fascinating place.
What's on your mind? Sure, what's on your mind? Fine, I guess. I would elaborate further if I could be bothered, but thanks for asking. All right then.
There are two ways to deal with the upcoming battle. Method number 1. The smart method. This is a concealed location. We could sneak out, do some sniping, sneak back, and just keep repeating for about half an hour, 45 minutes, after which the last of these guys would finally be dead. It is the smart thing to do if you have to battle your way through this room. But it's not a lot of fun to watch. Alternatively, we can do something really, really foolish to try to impress Sofia. Well, let's face it. We all sometimes do something foolish to impress the Sofia in our lives. Let's be foolish. First, a distraction. Second, get drunk. Never face danger while sober. And third, slow fall and miracle sprint. Oh, and one more thing. Fight music. Alright, as you can see, we have pretty quickly greatly reduced the number of enemies we have to face. And as we can also see, Sofia is in really bad shape. Oathbound Guardian is a pretty cool spell. I think it's from Apocalypse Magic, but it could be from Lost Grimoire. And it gives a minion to your companions.
You're lucky I have company, so I can come to your business before.
The reason I'm using mages as my summons and mages from the Mage Wench bottles that I'm carrying is because ghosts, thanks to Enemy Enhancer, have a 50% reduction to most weapons damage. Actually, I think it's complete immunity to anything except silver. But a weakness to magic attacks. In addition to that little problem with ghosts, these guys are Dwemer ghosts, and I think they might be benefiting from the Dwemer immunity as well. The Dwemer constructs get a very nice immunity to well, the Dwemer constructs get a very nice damage reduction versus most kinds of spells. Sorry, I'm slightly distracted for obvious reasons here. Now we have massively thinned down the number of enemies we have to deal with. But even with that massive thinning, we're still having some problems. On the other hand, we're making great progress on Conjuration.
At least you will die with a nice view. Yes, I'm referring to my face and possibly my other womanly assets.
I could take you blindfolded.
Oh boy. Now you can see my double obliterate, the two-handed obliterate, is the hardest core spell that I have. And it's doing bupkis here. I don't know what is making the ancients almost immune to my spells, but they frickin' are. Look at that. 3 of these killed a Major League vampire. Takes about 5 to deal with him. That is one hardcore ancient spirit. Ah! Frickety frack frack! All the way up there.
Let's see if you can catch
Out of the way, girls. Jeez. Mother. Bus budget. We're alive! Alright. Well, we all survived, and we did a hell of a lot better than I had any reason to expect we would. That was not the smart way, but it did work. So, I'm going to go around looting this place, and as we loot, let's talk about why we're here. So we are here in the ruins of Figurium, searching for the headmistress of the School of Spellcasting. She herself came out here looking for Vanthril Grimoire, a very annoying vampire and a former student at the School of Spellcasting, who had come back with a plot to claim the lordship of Icicle Valley, and who had also come back with a plot to kill off a few members of the School of Spellcasting, including some friends of ours, Urbane and E18. They shall be missed. Well, after Vanthril had his little rampage, he fled to a place called Shadow Falls, where the headmistress apparently tried to confront him. But when we came to Shadow Falls, we saw no sign of the headmistress. We slew Vanthril, and that eventually led us here. So let's do something about that.
Is at an end.
Well done, Inigo.
You are a walking thunderstorm.
And you're a fine man with a blade. Cat with a blade. Whichever. I feel a little bad about slaughtering all of these beautiful old machines. It's a bit sacrilegious. Well done, conjured minions. Now let us continue to follow the imaginary arrow that leads Grebo everywhere. Yes, it's dorky to run around with your hands in front of you. What are you going to do? Okay, let us see what is beyond this door. Alright, so basically powerful enemies are what waits beyond this door. A vast army of Oathbound Guardian. My character is using several ways to overcome some, most of the mod added. Well, all of the mod added. But one of the ways to overcome the mod limit that I quite like is the Oathbound Guardian spell, which comes from, I believe, Apocalypse magic. It basically lets you give your companion... Ow. It basically lets you give your companion their own pet summon. Now I know it's not that exciting to watch me hide, but it's also not that exciting for me. What the hell, really? Well, I'm not sure what keeps knocking me over. As I was about to say, it's not that exciting for me to die, so it all kind of works out.
My strength is returning.
Well, you guys did really well. Personally, I'm impressed. And we both know that giant lizard is going to make happen. You know, whatever else you think of this guy, the mad mage that took this place over and is causing all this trouble, he did decide to use his vast evil power to get himself an army of giant robots. And as something to do with your evil power, you got to admit, an army of giant robots is far from the first time. We have killed a lot of very expensive machinery. Well, the invisible arrow that rules Gribo's life is pulling him towards that door. There are a couple of enemies up there. Alright, that did no damage whatsoever to the Spider Guardian. You know, for some reason I thought Dwemer stuff was vulnerable to electricity, but apparently I am mistaken. Ah, but the fire's working on it. Good. Those are the two that I've been... That thing just run away because it was out of power or too damaged? I didn't even know it could do that.
See this world no more.
Alrighty. Well, I'm sure there is neat stuff down there. But before we go down there and take a look at that neat stuff, let us obey Mighty Arrow. He said, while ignoring the mighty arrows that he could run through, randomly looting. Consider this my looting victory round. Good job, team! Let's loot this place! Okie dokie.
These places are full of tricks.
I've noticed. Okay, any good throw? Well, it looks like Inigo has bravely defeated the bad guy while Gribo was hiding. And while that is, of course, a little disappointing, at the same time,
Thank you. I needed that.
entirely appropriate to their relationship, really. Minoran Vale. Boots of Grounding. Increases magic resistance by 57%. Increases shock resistance by 57%. Figurium Mage Robes. Extra magic resistance, extra health regeneration. Master Key, and frickin' Wraithguard. %disease resistance, 10% fire resistance, frost, shock, poison, and magicka.
I am not feeling at my best. It is a good thing I heal. Excuse me, my friend.
Feeling better? Well, let's talk for a minute, amigo. Any thoughts?
Mr. Dragonfly wishes he could wield a sword so he could fight by our side. For now, we will have to make do with his moral support.
I, too, wish we could battle at the side of Mr. Dragonfly. Yeah, we are getting some definite texture issues. Lots of ruined books, Dwarven Dagger, Soul Gem Fragments. More holders for Soul Gems. All right. Sofia, how are you
What's on
feeling?
your mind? I'm always ready for a chat. I have an itch in a really inappropriate place. I would scratch it, but I'm sure you don't want to see me itching my... never mind.
Yes, well, that is correct, Sofia. All right, let's take a look at this journal. Quest, Writings of a God-to-Be. Entry 1. After attaining one of the legendary tools of Kagrenac, I've been able to put my calculations to the test and access the power of what I believe to be the legendary Mantella, talked about in the Arcturian heresy. This magnificent soul gem is not what I'd expected. It seems to be connected to the entire crystal network of Figurion itself, with signatures of thousands ancient people locked within. I've experimented with extracting dozens of these spirits, but they are mere witless shades of whoever they once were, and just mill about aimlessly. While fascinating, there is no more time for entertaining distractions. Thus, for future reference, I've recorded 2 of the spirit signatures. Perhaps, once I've succeeded in my primary task, I shall research this further. Entry 2. My little bird at the college tells me she's heard whispers that another of Kagrenac's tools has been brought to Skyrim. I must send her to retrieve this artifact at once. Once I have the proper tools, I will then be able to tap into the power of the Mantella and transform myself into a living god. The Mantella may not be the heart of Lorcan, but I'm sure it will work. And if I fail, my soul will become a trophy for Clavicus Vile, as per our arrangement. Without Vile's intervention, I'd never have located the Mantella. But while I most sincerely appreciate his help, I'm afraid I must deny the prince such a prize, for I mean to succeed. Entry 3. A number of unwelcome visitors have stumbled into the ruin. To my delight, they were quickly dispatched by my mindless minions. These shades have certainly proven to be more useful than mere side effects of my work. More intriguing, however, is that the slain have actually risen. Clearly, this can be attributed to the power of the Mantella spreading out via the crystal network. I must possess the other tools in order to ensure proper transformation for myself. Alright guys, it would appear that this is the legendary Mantella. Or at least it is a part of the Mantella, a spear of the Mantella. At any rate, the mage that Inigo slew was using this to raise the spirits of lost Dwemer and to try to transform himself into a god. Now, Grebo is not sure he wants to become a god. It seems like a really difficult job. But learning how to summon the spirits of dead Dwemer, that's pretty much exactly the kind of forbidden magic that Grebo came to Icicle Valley to learn in the first place. I'm sure you guys agree. But, first things first, Inigo, time for a reward.
I am here for you.
I need to trade some things with you.
Okay, let us see what we have.
Okay, I am giving you Wraithguard, a Dwarven Cuirass, and the Boots of Grounding. I am taking back the Admiral's armor, which we took off of the Admiral that we slew way back near Bastard's Isle. And these boots and gloves, and I don't remember where I picked those up. The Archer's hood we actually purchased from the Frost family. Any thoughts?
I am dressed like I belong here.
Yes, yes you are. Now let's get us some forbidden knowledge. Yeah, like I didn't see that ambush coming.
These old ruins built out of stone? And why are they so big? So many questions and no one to answer them.
Yep, but Sofia, they are good questions. Oh, of course. Really? You guys are just gonna walk right over that? A stone bed! Those Dwemer were hardcore. Empty chest. Minions. Oh, ladies. An enchanting table. Ooh, gold necklace. Souls, black and white. Let's get the chest. Summon Ancient Warrior. Summon Ancient Mage. Now those are prizes. And completed the Figurium Plague. Ooh. Warlock Robes of Peerless Restoration. Boots! I love boots! Let's try out those spells. Summon Ancient Mage. And summon Ancient Warrior. My own Ancient Dwemer Mage. And my very own Ancient Dwemer Warrior. The power! The power! I mean, I shall certainly put these men to good use. Wow, that sounded wrong too, didn't it? Ah, well. If Grebo does go mad with power, well, we all knew that was coming. Inigo Monbrow, where are you? Inigo, bro.
Finally! Where have you been, my friend?
Sorry, dude, I didn't realize I'd lost you there. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming along for another episode of Oak&IV Skyrim. We have ended the curse of Thgyrion. We have done a good deed for what's left of the Velothran family. What we have failed to do is discover the location of the headmistress of the School of Spellcasting. We have, however, recovered some powerful artifacts. Inigo is wearing them. And we've learned some great new spells, which we will certainly get heavy use of later. If you liked the video, please click like and subscribe and share it around. It really does help. And I will see you next time on Oak&IV Skyrim. And by I will see you, I actually mean I will make another episode of Oak&IV Skyrim. And I hope that you will tune in and see that episode.
These peoples were very clever, whoever they were.